what's on your radar this morning?
Well, the New York Times yesterday published an explosive revelation reporting that a main financier of the assassination of the Haitian president only got involved in the operation because he was reliably informed that it had the support of the United States. But you probably didn't hear anything about that because, well, it's Haiti, but also because the Times buried it in paragraph, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, keep going, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, keep going, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, skip, keep going, 26, 27, 28, keep going, yep, keep scrolling, keep going. You can go back and count yourself if I lost count. 29, there it is. Okay, stop on that one. Paragraph 29, here it is. He said he agreed to join the conspiracy because he was told by Mr. Badiou and other plotters that it had the full support of the United States, which, according to them, was getting nervous about the president's supposed links to terrorists and drug traffickers. Quote, if the U.S. government was involved, then it was safe, said Mr. Jar, outlining his thinking at the time. So that's awfully big news for the New York Times to find fit to print. It's also not at all out of the question. In September, the prosecutor assigned to investigate the assassination announced that the Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, had had multiple phone calls with Joseph Félix Badiou not long after the assassination. Badiou is a former Haitian government official alleged to have overseen the operation. Henry responded to the prosecutor's claims by ordering the man's boss to fire him. When he refused, Henry fired them both. In the wake of that purge and the news that he was suspected in the assassination himself, the United States stood by Henry, even though he had basically no legal claim to actually run Haiti. After the U.S. stood by Henry, even after the firing of the prosecutor, the U.S. envoy to Haiti, Daniel Foote, resigned in protest in late September, saying, "The hubris that makes us believe we should pick the winner again is impressive. This cycle of international political interventions in Haiti has consistently produced catastrophic results." Now, we also know that multiple Americans were involved in the plot, including an American-based security company that helped bring Colombian mercenaries in. Mercenaries that, by the way, had previously been trained by the United States. So to recap, Haitian prosecutors had already recommended Henry be charged, and the Times found and interviewed the alleged financier of the operation, Rodolphe Jarre, and he said that the organizers of the plot all claimed to have U.S. support. And the Times ran the claim in print, but buried it as far down as possible, giving the story a headline that made it seem like a rehash of the September news. This is one of the best examples I've seen of the paradox of the New York Times. Many of the reporters who work there are among the most talented in the world. I mean, check out how the Times reporter in Port-au-Prince, Anatoly Karmaniev, got this interview. Quote, in an extensive interview with the New York Times at an empty construction site while he was on the run from authorities, Rodolphe Jarre, a Haitian businessman and former drug trafficker, admitted helping finance and plan the plot. Shortly before the assassination, Mr. Jarre said Mr. Badiou told him that Mr. Henry would serve as a useful ally after the president was overthrown. Quote, he is my good friend. I have full control of him, Mr. Jarre recounted. He is my good friend. I have full control of him, Mr. Jarre recounted Mr. Badiou telling him when Mr. Henry, a 72-year-old neurosurgeon, was named prime minister. Now that's dogged and courageous journalism. He got the goods, and the goods wound up in paragraph 29. While the top of the story rehashed details that had already been reported in September. Jarre, however, is no longer in hiding. On Friday, he was arrested at the request of the United States in the Dominican Republic, according to multiple news reports, including the Times and the Miami Herald. And Jarre, it turns out, is a former DEA informant. The Times ended its story with one more intriguing detail. Quote, but minutes after the murder, Mr. Jar said he received a phone call from Herman Rivera, the leader of the Colombian mercenaries. Quote, the rat is down, Mr. Jar said, Mr. Rivera told him, using a derogatory code name the plotters used for Haiti's leader. The president is dead. Now, Herman Rivera, that's an interesting name. Where have we heard that one before? Ah, yes. Rivera is one of the Colombians who entered Bolivia just before the country's presidential election as part of an alleged plot by the outgoing right-wing defense minister to bring in mercenaries to assassinate then-candidate, now Bolivian President Luis Arce, the protege of Evo Morales. Leading the advance team in Haiti that ultimately assassinated the president, according to Colombian authorities, was Colombian mercenary Herman Alejandro Rivera Garcia, now held in Haitian custody. According to the Minister of Government, Carlos del Castillo del Carpio, Rivera, who goes by Colonel Mike, entered Bolivia on October 16, 2020, under passport number AV969-623, 2 days before the Bolivian election. He came into Bolivia from Colombia via the Vero Vero airport in Santa Cruz and stayed at the Hotel Presidente in La Paz near the presidential palace. They even had the room that he stayed in, which raises the question, did Rivera also believe he had U.S. blessing to assassinate Arce?
When they ask us questions, they want us to answer clear and concise. When we ask them questions, they just want to talk everything. And that's not nice, because why you want to be coming against the Bible? If you don't like it, don't come to argue against it. Because that's the one thing we don't do.
But do you argue against the Quran?
In what? No, I don't argue against the Quran. It's the last thing I'll ever do.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's a waste of time.
What's a waste of time?
No, do you know why? I mean, I know I've said, do you know why, second time.
Yeah,
now.
I don't know why. That's why I'm asking you.
It's the wrong direction to channel energy.
But he can say the same thing to you.
I don't mind.
So what's the problem?
They say the taste of the pudding is in the what? In the reading of the manual for the pudding. In the reading
The
of
taste of the pudding
in the reading of
the taste of the pudding is in the pudding. So that's what he's gonna
Exactly.
say if you don't taste it.
Exactly.
I don't want to taste
Now,
the pudding.
brother, you
if the
don't-
pudding
you-
is shit, why
you-
should I want to taste the pudding?
Have you made a pudding before? You ever tried to make one?
Black pudding, yeah.
Yeah, man. Black raisins.
Not
black raisins on top of the black
not
pudding.
with pork and this blood thing, you know. Just
But hear what I'm saying, Brother Ali. Hear what I'm saying.
From
Hear what I'm
Africa,
saying.
from Africa.
Hear what I'm saying
Black
as well.
pudding from Africa.
When you want to make a pudding, unless you've made few before,
Make sure Sarah sees this in her boy.
unless you've made some before, you always have
Sarah, man.
a recipe book, right? Now, if you keep guessing the pudding wrong, are you going to blame or congratulate the recipe book or blame the people practicing the cooking?
The only way you can blame the pudding is if you yourself taste the original pudding.
Now,
But
which
one is the original?
Now, which one do we blame now? We blame Muslims or we blame Islam for no evidence of any effective religion. There's no effective religion. You're just talking. Capitalism is better than Islam. Yeah, because at least it's working. All the Muslims are thriving on it.
That's right.
Up in Manchester City, the Abdul Sheikh of, where is it, Abu Dhabi or somewhere, he came to buy Manchester City because there's nothing to buy over there.
There's only one man.
There's nothing to buy over there. Everything over there was built by us over here. In the early 70s, 80s, 90s, even to the early 2000s, Irish, English, Essex workers were going on contracts to the Middle East to, as they say, fill their pockets. Because it's an easy job for loads of money. You got nothing over there. And you never had a prophet over there. The only prophet you ever had was a black one. And you got rid of them. They were black people. As soon as they got rid of all that, they got nothing.
Which black prophet is that?
Muhammad was a black prophet. The real Muhammad. They've got double Muhammads going on. It's a reality. Check the proper history. They've got two Muhammads overlapping. Overlapping. It's like they got a double for each leader of the earth. If not a triple and a quadruple. They always have a replacement. Some of the people who were told they're dead, they're killed. They're up over in Cuba. having a laugh over there.
Can you prove that?
How are you going to prove what a thief stole and ate? How are you supposed to prove what Christopher Columbus stole?
Yeah, but you just said
Or
about...
how are you supposed to prove that some Lord Sainsbury's people killed 100 million black people to make his money? How are you going to prove that? How are you going to go back down there to prove it? Like he's going to
give
he's
evidence.
He's going to keep records. Well, is he going to keep records against his own self?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe it don't work for us at this time.
So what are you saying? So
what we're saying is the taste of the pudding is in the eating right now. Right now, they don't love black people.
I don't eat
they
pudding.
Never had.
I don't eat pudding, so I don't know the taste.
Only black people have ever been anything representative of global phenomenon on the earth. If it ain't black, it's not working. If it's not black, it's not bloody working. That's why they want to get rid of black. Muhammad, the real one, peace be upon him, that real one. All the others are fake. The real black one, peace be upon him, because he went by the sword. Then they put the new Turkish one there.
That's right. That's a fact.
And I don't see how there's going to be any peace on that one, and there still is no peace on them right now. Can we prove what? Well, check out Judah ibn Quraysh. I just did. Check it. Brother, how much more can I say in one minute? What do you want me to do? Do a scholarly work on the table.
In what book? In what book should he check it?
You know how they say the rabbit hole is deep, right? You got to first take a first step. Don't put everything on me. You need to do some work too. I ain't giving you nothing for free.
But you just prove it. You're just telling us something. Prove it to us. Show us.
What else is there to prove?
Show us.
I've given you a name, right?
Yeah. What was it?
Judah ibn Quraysh.
Judah ibn Quraysh.
Yeah, check it.
When I go home, I'll check that. When I go home.
Start there.
When I go home.
Start there.
And wait for it next week. I'll go.
Brother, you know, we can do all that, but we're serious. We're serious. Because at the end of the day, all this is about is how to get rid of the black people on the face of the earth. That's all it was. The so-called Jesus Christ was a black man. They got rid of him and kept his book. Mandela is a black man. They got rid of him but kept his book. Even Bob Marley is a black man. Got rid of him, kept his music. They're dancing to it now. Michael Jackson, once they messed him up over there in America, then they gave him asylum in Saudi Arabia to further take all his money. Keep dropping the names.
What about Prince?
Prince, oh, they licked him too.
So Prince ain't dead?
Well, dead is a metaphor, isn't it?
So where is Michael Jackson in Saudi Arabia?
Well, if you do your homework properly, like Michael Jackson said before he left, he said, look guys, I'm going on the last concert. This is the last concert of the O2. This is it. This is really it.
So you don't believe Michael Jackson died?
They said, listen to me, Brother Lee. Listen up now, honestly. They said to him, Michael, what you say? We love you. He said, no, I mean it. This is it. I.e., you ain't seen me anymore. You're not gonna see me anymore.
So where you going to, Saudi Arabia?
Look, bruv, like they say about Satan, the best trick Satan ever did.
So what about Whitney Houston?
Whitney Houston, I can give her that, because she was the living dead, didn't it? Whitney Houston was the living dead, and all my love to her family and her, and Bobby Brown and the children. All my love. All my love.
What's about Tupac?
Tupac was licked. Tupac was licked. Look, brother.
So basically those people in Saudi Arabia live in?
Say again?
Those people in Saudi Arabia, Cuba, that's where they are?
No, I'm not saying they're only there. Some are properly looked after. Lisa Lopez left eye, they lick it. Biggie, they lick it.
Why?
Well,
What
look,
do they do? They're just artists. They're just singers.
Look,
They ain't even important.
I'm gonna drop something for you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
But
question.
I just want to know where are they? You're not telling me
Yeah,
specifically
brother,
where are they?
You're pretending like I got the keys to their locks with me. I don't.
Because I want to visit them or something. Go to Saudi Arabia. If
I've
they
been
are
to
in
Cuba.
Saudi
I didn't
Saudi
know
Arabia,
Tupac when
I
I was
don't
in
mind
Cuba.
going down there. But if it's dead, I don't want to follow the dead.
Some of us who know, Brother Micah, you're here. During the after the what's it called? After the Second World War ended, yeah, they all the brethren, yeah, who dealt wickedly with the Jews, yeah, who dealt wickedly with the Jews under the Nazi regime, they were given a passport and a passage out of Europe and Germany to go and further their work outside of the so-called Western
world, yeah.
Western world.
Yeah.
Are they not still working today?
But where?
Brother, why are you asking me like I'm keeping
But you
them?
are the one coming with all
No,
of these.
no, brother, I'm a child too. You know where they are. Stop asking
I
me.
don't know.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
do.
asking.
No, you do. They're in America.
How do you know I
They're
know?
in South America. They're over there. Who remembers the name that they gave that name? What's it called? Huh? Well, you know the passage they gave those criminal elements of the Nazi regimes, the medical.
Argentina.
They went to Argentina.
Yes,
What was
that's
that
right.
called again? Huh? The rat line. The rat line.
But what's that got to do with Biggie?
What we're saying is this. Now hear what it is, yeah?
So how long
I
ago?
beg
Now,
you.
Listen to this.
I know,
You
I'm
don't,
not-
don't you want anyone to ask you questions?
I do. I just answered one. I
Okay,
just
okay,
answered
cool.
one. I'm trying to answer the other
All right,
one,
all right,
innit?
go on, go on.
I'm saying
Biggie.
yeah, I'm saying give me a time at least.
Biggie,
yeah.
he's asking about
now,
Biggie.
I'm not in the rap area. You understand? Biggie was in the time that I was also call it growing up,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah? But look what I'm saying. People like Biggie, we believe they licked them. Do you understand that? They killed them. They got rid
Okay.
of them.
They got rid of them.
Now,
killing. Yeah,
now,
dead.
now listen. Now,
Dead.
now listen to this. Those of you who still remember the hip hop era, because I wasn't a big fan. I was a footballer, yeah. But those of you who remember, you would remember the time Wu-Tang Clan came out, and the likes of them, yeah. And their message was social change, social upliftment for the people down in the Americas, right? And what did the FBI, CIA come to them to say? Tone down your language. Tone down your language. Because the way the language was going was too socially uplifting. So they said, tone it down and give us just dancing. Just give us vulgar.
Vulgar.
Yo, Biggie was pretty vulgar.
Yeah, no, but they were starting to come into the
But he said
consciousness.
tone down your
The consciousness.
Oh, the conscious. Okay.
Yeah.
Turn down the consciousness and give us vulgar.
Biggie wanted to bring out a group. The group was called 666. Biggie was working in a group called the 666.
So basically, you telling me that Biggie is dead, yeah? So he's dead. Dead and gone.
I don't know for fact that he's dead and gone. All we know is we ain't hearing his voice no more. That much we can say. But now, is it isolated? Is it isolated? There is Lauryn Hill still alive. Now, anyone who's heard the album by Lauryn Hill in the last, 10 years? That album was heavy. But it didn't come on the radios. I'll Get Out, Mr. Intentional.
Ah, man, that's one of the biggest selling albums.
That was on the radio. What's
So
wrong
again,
with this guy?
hold on. Sorry, hold on. Sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's not what he's talking about?
That's what he's talking about.
You said, okay, my bad.
No, it's all right. Don't worry.
It did sell, though, I have to say.
No, I'm not. Guess what I'm saying,
It didn't
brother?
have
Yeah.
a big exposure.
No, because look. At the time that album came out, hear what she said. Somebody strokes at the album. She couldn't even utter it herself, and she didn't know why. She didn't. I mean, an artist writes something classic. She's like, "Well, I can't sing it. I'm afraid," but she didn't know why. And it was at the same kind of period where this Diallo was murdered in the States. At that kind of period, or Rodney King, or one of them.
Diallo.
Diallo,
Yes,
yeah?
Diallo, yeah.
So she thought one of the songs was like just talking about that, in metaphorical sense.
Yeah.
But she thought, if I put this out right now, it's gonna be like I'm talking to support that as a black people.
Yeah.
But she quashed it. But she started to reason with conscience to say, look, they've built around us fantasy. What we need is reality. And we need to get out of this construct they've built around us, including religion. Now we go to a place where all the black, big boys who are 8 foot tall in America, black big brothers, you see them, they don't look human. They don't look human. They're 8 feet tall, big like an oak tree. You'll be like, now they started killing all our brothers in America live murder, like live murder to order, live murder to order. And Kobe Bryant, one of the biggest ones, could not even speak. All he could say was put a print on his t-shirt, say, I can't breathe. Well, if you're black, why can't you breathe? If I can. Now that's the consciousness which musicians have. Musicians have that consciousness because their job is to speak.
Yeah, but all those big artists in America, you know, 99% of them are false.
What do you mean?
99% of them do bad stuff the evil way so they can get where they are.
Many of them are Muslim. Come on, name
Nah.
them. Many of them are Muslim.
Nah.
LL Cool J.
Nah.
Many of them are Muslim. We're going to do the roll call right now.
Many of them are Muslim.
No, Michael Jackson, he became Abdul Kamara Jackson.
No, he changed back though. He changed back.
Huh?
He changed back before he died. He changed back.
When did LL
Oh, he changed back again.
When did LL Cool J convert? When did LL
I don't know,
convert?
just type it up over there, brother. They're all
When did he convert?
running into...
Back in the 90s.
They're all running.
They were close to Minister Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Nowadays, Farrakhan ain't about, so a lot of the new rappers ain't really Muslims now, I reckon.
No, brother.
No.
My-
95% of those big artists,
Yeah.
they go the wrong way to be where they are.
Brother.
So who do you blame?
Excuse
I'm
me?
asking you a question. Who do you blame?
You're putting me on the spot for what people did.
I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do it. But honestly speaking,
Yeah? Who do you blame?
why
Why do you
saying...
want to blame the Muslims for this?
I'm not blaming Muslims. Hear me. You're the one who dropped the question on us. Yeah? You dropped the question on us. Like a lot of evil action has been taken by many of these so-called artists. But many of them are Muslim. Number one, for evil to take place, all it needs is for good people to hold their hands.
Yeah, but don't forget Muslims.
Hold on, Brother Lee. Here's the thing. They say all it takes for evil to keep going on is for evil men to stand by and say, what can I do? Now, if those brothers have the voice, and they have the stage, and they have the platform, why are none of those Muslims, who are supposed to be righteous, not saying anything? Talk to me. And they're musicians. Anyway, before you answer, let's run you back down to Africa and the Middle East of old, when the Middle East used to be black. Every music was social uplifting music. If it wasn't uplifting the society, it wasn't sung. If it's sung privately. If it comes out for the public, it better lift up the public. Right now, all we see is music that puts down the public. Nowhere do they sing any music to benefit
But
public.
who do you blame?
I blame Muslims and Islam.
Why do you do that? That's bad, man.
You know, it's real.
I feel like I'm too real. I ain't doing niggas no more favors. I feel like I'm too real. They be smiling, but you know they hating. Me and my niggas, we be laughing. We go so hard, that ain't no understatement. I feel like I'm too real. Yeah, I ain't doing niggas no more favors. Yeah. Ayy, straight from the jet, and I'm headed to the jet. Man, I'm headed to a check. Man, I just got a check. Man, you looking at a vet. Man, you looking at the best. Steph Curry on my shooter when they aim it so net. You say you been getting money, man, you lying, yeah, you lying. From all that ass for 7-5, you ain't Brian, you ain't Brian. Man, my bitch came with a crew, and they all got. My niggas say just do what you do. Get in hoes, I ain't mad at you. I'm so fucking high, I'm in a whole nother latitude. She gon' bust it open, I'ma show you what the cash you do. Wheels offset, not the range, but the vet. Me and my team, what you mean? Man, I'm taking off. I feel like I'm too real. I ain't doing niggas no more favors. I feel like I'm too real. They be smiling, but you know they hating. Me and my niggas, we be laughing. We go so hard, that ain't no understatement. I feel like I'm too real. Yeah, I ain't doing niggas no more favors. Yeah. Bad bitch with me, she the one I'm gon' keep. Fly from her head to feet, eyebrows on fleek. Yeah, skin like caramel. Niggas telling fairy tale. Don't worry about me, you know me, I'm doing very well. I been by myself, making stats by my lonely. Now these niggas acting like we squad, you don't know me. I been flying on these niggas, jigging me some aviators. Man, I swear to God, I ain't doing these niggas. I feel no like I'm too real. I ain't doing niggas no more favors. I feel like I'm too real. They be smiling, but you know they hating. Me and my niggas, we be laughing. We go so hard, that ain't no understatement. I feel like I'm too real. Yeah, I ain't doing niggas no more favors. Yeah, I feel like I'm too real. I ain't doing niggas no more favors. I feel like I'm too real.